When you look at the ratings for Harry and Meghan's escapades so far on Netflix, you can understand, can't you, that reasons why, if you're the boss of Netflix, as Ted is, who was literally ridiculed at the Golden Globe Awards for giving away so much money to two people that clearly can't even make a test card, well, you can understand, as I pointed out, he's had bigger hits without all the colossal neediness, the attention, the producers, everything just to try and get these two to deliver some kind of format. Oh yes, apparently now we can look forward to Polo and Cooking with Meghan, but who really gives a stuff about that? Let's be honest. Nobody's going to be interested in Meghan Markle concocting things, no doubt, pre-prepared by a celebrity chef, and as ever, I have to say, allegedly, in the background. We know what Meghan's about. She's been rumbled. But as you can imagine, literally, Netflix want to have a hit, and that's the problem. Now, Ted apparently is very, very depressed. This is all because one of the biggest hits of Netflix's entire history was, of course, the early episodes of The Crown. Not the latter period, because people were literally laughing at the fact that certain things didn't happen. The ghost of Diana speaking to the Queen. I mean, just laughable stuff. It was kind of like Bobby in the shower, wasn't it, in Dallas, coming back and turning around to Victoria Principal and saying, "Oh, it's all a dream." That's exactly where they lifted it from. But according to a very well-placed source, you see, Meghan Markle knows that Netflix really needs something like The Crown. And, looking at other aspects of The Crown, perhaps even earlier sort of histories like Queen Victoria and Albert, Wallis, of course, and the Abdication King, etc., and even more modern-day romances like Princess Margaret and her rebel princess era. Well, this is all very appealing to the bosses. Now, according to this source, and this is a person who worked alongside Meghan for a brief period while she could be bothered to do anything with Netflix, she and Harry avidly watched The Crown, and she basically asks him which parts are true and which parts are not. Now, I'm not knocking Meghan for this, because maybe this is the way that she's learning about the family that she knew nothing about, that she married into. But of course, what's really interesting is Ted the boss also confirmed that Meghan was a big fan of The Crown. If you remember in the Oprah Winfrey interview, they both, oh yes, we'd seen it. Seen it? You were glued to it. That's the whole point of it. You knew exactly what was going on, so you could look at something and think, could we come up with something similar? This is the dramatics that you need to sell a book or indeed a docuseries. You see how the pattern formulates. But as I said, Ted basically has said to Meghan, well, we need something along that line, and that's the deal. Now, Meghan apparently, and as ever we have to say allegedly, wouldn't be too unconcerned about being some kind of advisor or maybe a producer on something like that, knowing that she's now fully cut her ties with the British monarchy, realises that over here in England her ratings are at an all-time low. What has she got to lose? And if she and Harry still need money, well, what better way than literally plundering his family? Who would be interested in hers? She knows the value of that. He now realises it. This is the only way forward. And Ted may be made happy by the fact that these two ex-royals are more than willing to continue trashing a much-loved British monarchy over here in the United Kingdom. It's funny how things work out, isn't it? Neil Shaw, Kensington, London.